Welcome to Outstanding Individuals. With me is Cody Lewis. I'm Kellen Breen.
Hi.
We're here.
What's up?
What's the date? You know, I was going to say the date, or in a couple past episodes, I say like, oh, this is the date, and then we'll like miss a week, and then I'm releasing it late, and do you think it matters?
I think I like, whenever I hear a podcast and I hear someone say the date, I like to know.
All right. It's April 4th.
Is it? It's the 5th.
No, it's the 4th. And it's 1:12 in the afternoon.
And
Did
it's
you have
partially cloudy.
Partially? It is.
Overcast, actually.
It's cold.
It's not too cold.
Did you, anything April Fools? Any cool April Fools stories?
No, dude.
Do you have any in your life, any good April Fools?
One time, this was great. I hid in my sister's room with a Nerf gun. It shot like 50 bullets, 25. And I hid under a blanket, and then I had my brother go get my other brother, like, come in the room, and then I fucking nailed him.
And they were like,
and he made fun of me to this day because he's like, that was the stupidest April Fool.
That's not even like a April Fool's prank though. That's just like you shot your brother with a Nerf gun.
Yeah.
I feel like an April Fool's thing is you convince them of something, and then you go April Fools.
Right. I guess I didn't understand back then. I was 17.
Yeah.
No, I was probably like 12. I
remember in college one time a kid, for April Fools, he went into his friend's dorm and pooped in his sink.
No, that's good.
Yeah, and he's like, gotcha. And the other kid's like, dude, first of all, this is fucked up. Second of all, I met you a month ago.
Right.
Like, this is so messed up.
It is the worst. It's so stupid, the whole April Fools. Because, like, now companies do it in, like, Instagram. And, like, I saw this soccer team called, they're like, we're naming our stadium Gnarly Bros Stadium or something. And you're like, is this funny?
I hate it, yeah, because it just like ruins social media for a day. Where I'm like, I'll see something about the Yankees, and I'm like, oh, did this actually happen?
Right.
I'm like, oh my god, they traded for this person, and then I'm like, oh no, it's not. This is just, we got to get rid of April Fools. You know what? Get rid of April Fools. Give me a second. Say it with me. Martin Luther King Day.
I was gonna say that.
Yep.
I was thinking that.
Give us 2 Martin Luther King days, starting here.
One every 6 months. That makes sense.
Yeah, that makes total sense.
When's the first one?
We'll cut that. We'll cut us not knowing Martin Luther King Day.
That was February 12th, right?
I don't know.
But I don't know.
That sounds right. Is it during Black History Month?
This is something we need to look up just for our viewers.
So our viewers know. Is it during
Daylight Savings?
You're just
Palm
clicking
Sunday?
through your calendar.
I'm clicking button.
You got to Google.
Wednesday?
You have
Lunar.
to Google.
Oh, it's January 15th.
January 15th.
Yeah.
Wow, so they kind of have January, February.
Yeah, I feel like I've heard bits about that where people are like, why is it not in February type of thing?
Are there any
but
other...
it's his birthday, right?
Is it his birthday?
Yeah, right?
No idea.
Oh, my God.
We'll cut all this. You know what? Or give us a Martin Luther King Day on the regular in January, and then where April Fool's is, give us an Oprah Winfrey Day. Say it with me, guys. Oprah Winfrey. She is, she's done a lot. Yeah, Martin Luther King had a dream and, had that great speech and did so much for equality. But Oprah Winfrey gives blenders to white moms.
Yeah, and cars.
And cars, occasionally.
Yeah. What happened to her?
I think she died.
Sad.
A boating accident. They thought she was a whale and they harpooned her. No.
Why? Because she's not big.
She might. She's definitely not small, but I love all women of all sizes. We all know that. You ever see a picture of Oprah's husband?
No, I'm looking at Oprah because I haven't seen her.
Look up a picture of Oprah's husband, and then actually don't do it because you'll puke all over my couch. Ugliest guy in America.
No.
Yeah, I think it's like Stannis or not. No, not the guy from Game of Thrones.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah, but Oprah's husband's very ugly, and that's a little shocking.
That guy?
Dude, look at him. Oh my God.
He might.
He looks like a gay bloated fish.
This is
a gay bloated fish with a mustache. Like if Finding Nemo was made today, they would put a gay person in. They'd put a gay character in, and that would be him.
You're coming in so hard right now.
What is his name? What's his name again?
Stedman.
I fucking knew it.
Stedman Graham.
I was saying Stannis from Game of Thrones.
This guy doesn't deserve the hate. He's a nice guy.
He probably is a nice... He has to be a nice guy with a face like that.
Oh, my God.
Are we starting too hot?
This is the hottest we've ever started. It's good.
The problem is now it can only go downhill.
Also, you called Oprah a whale.
No, I did not call Oprah a whale. I said they shot her thinking she was a whale. Someone else. Totally different.
Stedman.
Me and my friend Graz, shout out Graz, great guy, doctor, saving lives. In college, we would do this thing where if someone came up, if you were like, oh, where's like let's say you're like, oh, where's Bill? And then our thing was we would go, oh, you didn't hear? And then you'd be like, what? And I'd be like, he died.
Oh my God.
And it was like a stupid joke we used to do, but it got so stupid it became good.
Right.
And we just kind of would see how often
Are you
we
sure?
would do it.
Because I feel like me and my buddy in college would have jokes like that were so funny to us.
Yes.
So like everyone was annoyed of us.
Yeah. But that was the funny.
Right.
Like people in the
it
friend
makes
group were
you
like,
laugh.
because they would fall for it every time.
Right. That's horrible. Like me and my buddy in college, we called it Dale and Dale, and we would do two announcers' voice. Would be like just everything. Oh, here they go doing the podcast. You know the thing, Dale, about the podcast, and they would like.
Oh, if you guys were like hanging out, people, and someone was doing something,
and we would do that, and everyone hated us, but we were like, "This is the greatest thing we've ever done."
You were Dale and Dale though.
Dale and Dale. It's good. It was funny.
I kind of like that.
Try it.
Maybe we'll try it.
Try right now.
I feel like Dale or Dale Jr.
I know. Okay, pretend. Just try it out. I always want you to do scenarios, so we're gonna work it out.
Did you ever take improv?
No.
I think based on our improv you always pushing us to do improv on the pod, I think you would like improv.
I think I would too. I don't know why I haven't. Cause I took like in film school we did like some improv days.
You
We're
improv'd and kissed your teacher?
Yeah.
I improv'd and kissed my male teacher on the lips.
He made me do it. No, and then I always enjoyed doing it, but
it's hard.
Yeah, I would imagine.
I've done a few classes, and it's when you're doing well, it's like really fun. But when you're doing bad, I like panic.
Yeah,
it's like worse than doing bad in stand up, and it's like infinitely worse than doing bad with stand up. Because I've done bad with stand up, I do that every week.
Yeah, but I'd imagine with improv you'll also get used to it eventually, right?
But I kind of like I wasn't able to.
Yeah,
I was not able to push past it. I would go up there sometimes and like. I feel like the thing with improv is, and this is like, everyone just turns it off. But the thing is, if you're not being funny, the audience doesn't really care. I hated it though.
Right.
Like if I'm just like playing out a scene.
I just think if you watch, it's hard to be funny in improv. Like it seems even harder than stand up at times, but it's so it's often bad, and like watching bad improv is like you're like I never want to watch this ever again.
Yeah, it's the worst thing ever.
Because I've gone to a few live shows, and when it's good, you're like it's amazing. But then most of the show, you're like
yeah.
And these are like it's like UCB. It's like they're decent groups.
Yeah.
I've also seen improv guys come to mics, and you're like, what the fuck is? I saw like one time. I was like, oh my God.
Shout out Tim Martin. He's hilarious though.
Yeah, but no, there's like a group went up.
Yeah.
And you're like they're like doing someone's like dead on the floor, and you're like, oh my God, okay.
Yeah.
Do you ever when you were like a young comic, you know? I feel like I used to go to so many more mics where there would be like 11 p.m. out in Bushwick. There's like
a mixed mic?
Yeah, but it's just like I used to just go to like crazy mics just to do anything to get on stage.
Yeah.
But then you just like get in weird situation where there's like fucking 40 comics and there's a crowd. I just feel like it's like wait, now I just go to the same mics every week.
Yeah, I feel like there's some if there's like 40 or 50 people on a mic, I'm like I haven't gotten to one of those in a while.
They're horrible.
I've gone to a few mixed mics, not recently though, where like someone's doing poetry.
Yeah.
Someone's, coming out to their dad on stage, and then like I go up there just doing jokes.
Yeah.
Those are okay.
But those are actually in the comedy world, those comics find out about those because there's always audiences. Or it's just
and those can get a little too overpopulated.
Yeah, so then they don't tell anyone. So then there'll be like a secret like mixed mic, and then eventually everyone tells everyone. And then comics eventually ruin it.
I think also the coffee shop mic, and then we'll stop doing insider baseball for. But maybe people like this. The coffee shop mic's kind of bad because sometimes I'm at a coffee shop mic, or I have been, and then there's like someone like actually trying to do their job, like do work on a computer.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'll like kind of talk about some vanilla stuff, but then there's a guy that gets up there and he's like talking about drinking his own jizz and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, this person's trying to work on their presentation.
Yeah, see, that's the type of mic I was like referring to. Is I used to do mics like that, and now I just like, they're just so bad.
Yeah,
You're like
it's
not
not
getting anything out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, inside baseball.
Inside baseball. That's it. We'll talk about only relatable things like Oprah.
Stedman.
Stedman.
We destroyed some sushi last night. That was pretty good.
That's true. We went and got sushi.
Just
Nothing really eventful. It was
let's
good.
Let's go back to comedy. No, I'm kidding. I was gonna say something.
Oh, I have something to say. There's a listener of our pod.
Yes.
His name is Doug, and he would within Spotify you can comment, or like I don't know how exactly it works, but you can write a message to us. So they've been writing message to us based on things that we say or whatever.
On Spotify, you can do that?
On Spotify,
Okay.
like it'll be like, oh, you have one answered message from this person. I click in, and it says like their username is like I think called Beware of Doug, and I've just thought it's my cousin Doug because I'm like, who else is listening?
Yeah,
to
you
this?
talked about that.
And then I got one this morning, and it just said, "I'm not your cousin."
So ominous.
so ominous, Doug. DM me, Doug, whoever you are. Let's be friends.
He's just a fan.
I know, but I want to.
Our one fan, Doug.
I want to connect.
What do you think of the name Doug? I don't want to diss on Doug, but that is a name that's like it's a cartoon, right?
I like the name Doug way better than the name. If someone's like, "Call me Doug," I'm like, "Cool." If someone's like, "Call me Douglas," I don't know if I like that.
Have you met one?
I don't know if I've met a Douglas.
I don't think so either.
But do you know that what I'm talking about when someone's like, "Oh, call me," the full name, like Matthew or.
Yeah, like they become an adult. And then they're like if our friend Billy was like, oh, I'm William now, you just be like, what the hell?
What about Bob? Isn't Bob William?
Bob is Dick.
Dick, Bob, and Rob. All one, right?
Not Rob.
I thought Robert could be Bob.
No,
Robert
can be Bob.
Yeah.
But not Bob can be Robert.
Bob's an underrated. If I ever get a cat, I'm naming him Bob.
I hate that name. It's a bad name.
Or
Bob
a dog.
Books. Do you remember Bob Books?
No.
They're like when you're learning to read, it'd be like, Bob sat on a hat. And it's like symbols words.
No, I didn't.
And they're called Bob Books. Anyway, we should read them on here. Fuck, we started out too hot. Now I don't know what to say.
Should we jump into a segment?
Nah.
We were hot, right? We've been going for like a good 13 minutes. So why don't we jump into, because I think our segments are pretty good.
Let's do the AMA. Or the,
You want to do the
Am
AMA?
I the Asshole? Those
All
are
right.
fun. Okay.
Cody picked an AMA, not an AMA, and Am I the Asshole? I just did the same thing you did. Sometimes on Reddit, if you're just tuning in, you're not. We will read Am I the Asshole off Reddit, give our beautiful, intelligent insight, and then
Everyone applauds.
Everyone loves it. So Cody's going to read it.
This one because I've seen it happen, so I was like, it's a good one. Am I the asshole to stop a video call in a cafe restaurant? This person was having lunch, and then the person next to him opened a video call. She didn't use headphones, so the other participants and she were clearly hearable to everyone. Is hearable a word?
Yeah, hearable's a word.
Not in that. After a few minutes, I walked over and waved to her friends from behind her, said I wanted to see the faces of the voices everyone in the cafe was hearing, and suggested she uses earphones. Oh, so the way she did it is pretty asshole.
It's pretty cunty.
She said to her friends, that's Germany. I said it was unfair to say that and walked away.
That's Germany?
Germany. I don't know what
Let me see.
She said to her friends, that's Germany. Oh,
that's literally the word Germany.
I wonder
if
they're in Germany. Like, she's like, that's how it is in Germany.
Oh, okay. Why were you saying it Germany?
I was trying to do a German accent.
Oh, okay. I thought you were just reading the word Germany wrong. I was like, dude, what are you talking about?
She stopped to call a few minutes later, blamed me for reading her birthday. So it was her birthday. When she walked out, she left the cafe later, saying this is a public space and I should eat at home if I didn't want to be disturbed. Okay, so
on the reverse, I was like, yeah, this is a public space, bitch. Why are you doing a thing that you should be doing privately?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fully on the person's side.
I'm on the person's side of I hate the cafe, hate the them talking loud, it's annoying, but also just go up there and be like, hey, you're being a little loud. There's no good way to do it.
There's no good way to do it, so I almost say be as cunty as possible.
I disagree. Because I think you're going to be offended anyway.
Yeah, they're going to hate you anyway.
But you don't go up and wave to a friend and say, oh, I want to hear the voices. Like, that's insane.
No, that's so funny. Also, the problem is, in this scenario, the person pulls up the video call and it's very loud. And if you were to look at that and go, oh, this is not okay, and then right away go up, you'd probably handle it more level-headed. You might say, hey, look, you're being very loud.
Yeah.
This is kind of crazy. You might be a little more can you please turn it down or get headphones? We'd all really appreciate it. But the problem is this woman, I'm assuming, turned on the video call, and then everyone else is like, this is crazy. And then it kept building and building. And then you're like, well, maybe she'll turn it off. But then after probably 10 or 15 minutes, you're like so angry.
Yeah, true.
That you're like, because I wouldn't say, let's say someone was doing it in a coffee shop I was in, I wouldn't go up initially because I'd be like, there's no way they're doing this.
Yeah.
And then after 10 minutes, I would get so angry, I might.
Right. Yeah, that's true. I've tried to think of ways to do that where you try and be their friend first or something.
You're like,
hey, how are you? You know what I mean? Show them you're nice, but I don't know if there's ever a way.
I like matching the noise. I was in a waiting room for the doctors, and a guy walked in. Was he a Hasidic Jew? Yes. I'm just trying to paint the picture. I'm not saying.
It's the hat. You got the hat and the
little
hat. Curlies.
Yeah, and it's literally just me and him in the doctor's office, and he goes full blast on YouTube.
Yeah.
Out loud. And I'm like, this, you got to be kidding me. So what I do, I just go to Spotify, full blast. I'm like AC/DC. And then he looks at me, and when he looks at me, I'm already staring at him.
Right.
And I just stare at him and then he turned down YouTube.
What if he was, because that's the least intimidating guy to confront.
What if he was a black man?
I wasn't going to say that. He's a buff dude.
A buff black guy.
Yes.
You know, I might do it still, because what's this guy gonna do? Beat me up for doing what he just did?
Did you see that video? Comic we know, Brandon Barrera. He had a video.
Do I know him?
You would know him if you saw him. He had a video. He's on the subway and some guy's blasting music.
Oh yeah.
And this drunk business white guy comes up and blasts music
next to him. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they start.
And then they get in a fight.
It's so
I fully
funny.
support that guy. I would never do that, but I fully support him.
But it's one of those things where it's the guy who did it had to be the stupid fratty white dude that everyone hates.
Yes.
So it's you're that's who is representing. Someone needs to come at the initial guy with someone we want to be the hero.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I know what you're saying.
But
part of the reason I would want to get super buff is so I can do stuff like that.
Right.
The problem is also the guy blasting the music on the subway probably has a knife.
And he's gonna be a crazy guy anyway.
Full blown insane.
Yeah, anyone who does that is fucking. We probably talked about that too. It's fucking annoying.
Don't you love watching? Sometimes on a subway there'll be someone that's batshit crazy, and then they'll pull out their phone and they're playing a game. I just think it's so funny that someone who is so insane they're like, oh shit, I gotta do my daily challenge on Bejeweled. They're like, oh yeah, I love this thing.
Doing Duolingo. Or
They're doing Duolingo. They're just doing something like a normal person would do, but then they're also putting that away and then screaming.
I don't know if I've seen that, but
it's bananas.
Funny. Yeah, dude, the subway. Oh my, it's just so. Every time I get on there, I've talked about this, but it's just every time you walk on, you're like, am I gonna get shanked?
Is this it?
I'm obviously one of our friends the other day said she's on the subway and some teenager walked by with a knife. Did you see that?
Horrifying. Yeah, I saw that.
And I'm like,
shout out Al.
Yeah, and I'm just the fact that that's even something that happens and it's fucking insane.
Yeah. I got my head on a swivel though.
Yeah.
And if I feel like I said this many times, if someone crazy's on, depending how crazy, I'll assume the next stop I'm moving cars.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
And I have pepper spray. Do you got pepper spray?
No.
The other day my girlfriend put on my jacket.
Shout out girlfriend.
So this is kind of funny. The guy was punching women in the street in New York.
Yes.
There's punched a few.
Yeah.
And so that's happening, and then a few days later my girlfriend has my jacket on and she feels in the pocket and there's pepper spray. And she was like, you have this? You didn't give it to me? And I was like,
yeah.
I was yeah, I probably should.
Well, what if he starts punching men?
Right. I didn't think about it, but it's just kind of funny. I'm like, oh, this hat is having a women and I'm the one with the pepper spray.
Also,
and I didn't share it.
I bet he's also punching men, but we're just not complaining about it like them. That's life. Sometimes you get punched.
Right.
I'm kidding.
Are you?
No, of course I'm kidding. What was I going to say? Getting punched in the street.
You should get pepper spray. Buy Becca pepper spray.
Oh, you know what my move is? This is an unbelievable move. You know what?
Life
this
hack.
Wasn't my original life hack. This is now my life hack. Calling an audible. This is my life hack. Okay. You are getting in a confrontation with someone on the street. First of all, try to avoid that, obviously, because people are insane. You never know what's going to happen. But you're getting in a confrontation with someone on the street, and you're going to see, it's becoming physical. It's going to be physical. Start collecting saliva in your mouth. A lot. Get a lot of saliva in your mouth. You're talking to them. They're talking shit to you. You're talking shit to them. Start really getting a bunch of saliva. because this is the move. They get in your face, you spit it all in their eyes.
Oh my god!
And now you have such a big advantage in the fight. They cannot see.
What do you think? You have acid spit? Or
No,
something?
but if someone spits in your eyes, you go like this, eyes closed for a minute. Then it's boom, 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 boom,
oh,
boom.
you're saying you spit and punch?
You spit and punch. You lead with the spit. It's a bullshit like kind of like cheap move. But guess what?
It's life in the streets, baby.
That's life in the streets.
Yeah.
And you know what's worse than using a cheap move?
Getting punched.
Getting killed in the street. So that's what you got to do.
I don't. Yeah, it's not a bad move.
It's such a good move.
I don't know if
with a
anyone's
guy.
ever done it, but
I used to work with a guy, Don. He said his brother, that was his move.
spit and punch.
Yeah, he'd be like, apparently, like one time he's like, there was like a security guard like detaining him, and he was like, "Hey man, keep your hands off me, keep your hands off me." And he had his hands up like this. He's like, "Look, I don't want to fight you, but if you keep touching me, and then he just went spit in his face, and then boom, boom, boom.
I just hate spitting. So even if that's the word, but if you're gonna fucking punch someone anyway, I guess
Hit him with the spit.
I guess
It's an unbelievable move. No one's expecting it.
But what if they? Yeah, I don't know.
And you can get a lot of saliva.
You're right.
Next time you're walking on the street, just like start to get some saliva in your mouth. And
I have a thing that my sinus isn't drained, so I always have.
You always have
like
some.
a little lizard.
That's good.
That's crazy.
That's my life hack. Boom.
Your life hacks are getting more and more insane.
That one was good.
And they're always involving fighting now. And I don't think of you as a fighter. I'm going to say it.
I am a lover. That's true.
Love.
I feel like I made a matcha and I put honey in it, but I didn't put enough matcha. I'm just drinking like honey water. I don't know if it's good.
Okay, let's talk about bits.
All right, jokes that didn't work. Jokes.
I'm going bowling tonight.
You're going bowling?
Yeah.
With who?
A little double date.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Do I know the other people? You don't have to say it on.
Oh, yeah, my Australian friend Ben.
Oh, all right.
That's cute, right?
Yeah.
I like bowling.
Yeah, bowling side. Where are you going bowling?
The gutter and Lower
Oh, you better
East
get
Side.
there right when it opens. Otherwise, you'll never get a spot.
Well, yeah, we're going to go at 9. But there's like a cool bar to hang out at.
There's this place in Brooklyn for the viewers, and you go, and there's like 4 lanes, and it's like a bar.
Dive bar
With 4 lanes, and it's really cool in theory. But if you go at like any time past 6 o'clock, they'll give you a number. Kind of like if you're at a deli, they'll give you a number, and then they like have the board.
Yeah.
And they like flash the numbers, and they'll give you a number, and you're like, oh, this isn't even close to the number we're on. They'll be on like number 20, and they're like, oh, here's your ticket, and it's like 70.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, how long is it gonna be to get from 20 to 70? And they're like, probably 3 hours. And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
And then I've been in a situation where I'm like, all right, well, let's go to different bars, and then we'll come back. And then we come back in 3 hours, and it's on like 25.
See.
And I'm like, what?
Yeah, no. That place, I've done it because everyone works there kind of as an asshole, just saying. Where you they're like 3 hours, you leave, you come back, and then they've skipped your number.
Mm-hmm.
And you basically just have to sit there. You can't leave the bar because they've like skipped over, and then you're like, well, I can't do anything about it. And you're like, well, fucking. So basically, there's no good way to do
Are they
that
like,
place.
we'll get you back?
No. When we did it, we didn't even end up bowling because they skipped our number because they went past us. We weren't there. I mean, a lot of places do that.
You got to go right when they open.
But the gutter and Lower East Side is bigger.
It's better. Bigger and better.
Bigger and better.
All right. Jokes that didn't work. I'll go first. I was trying to work on some material about working at a deli. Shout out delis. Something that I don't... So the joke would kind of go about... I was talking about something I hate working at the deli is people will come up and they'll be like, first time here, what are some of your favorites?
Mm-hmm.
And then I tell them my favorites, and then they kind of look at me and they're like, ugh. Like they don't say anything bad. They're like, oh, okay. Well, I think I'm just going to go. And then they pick something I don't say.
Worst.
And I'm like, but why are you even asking me?
Because they would just want affirmation or...
It almost feels like they walk in, they're like, this is what we're going to get. Before we do that, let's go see what that fucking pig man eats. He's disgusting. And then I tell them, they're like, see, I told you that was gross.
Yeah.
And then they order what they want. They're like, what are you, just fucking ham? You eat ham all day? That's what you do, pig?
Right. Wait, so then what's the joke you're doing?
The joke was I was just trying to like play around with that on stage, and nothing worked, and then I was like, all right, well, this maybe isn't that funny.
Yeah. The idea is relatable, but I don't know if that's one of those things like you have to work in a restaurant to understand.
Yeah.
I mean, you could paint the picture though.
Did that happen to you when you
all
were...
all the time?
Yeah.
Where people are like, what's your favorite? And then you tell them 3, and they're like, I'm gonna do this. You're like, why the fuck? You just want me to say the thing
Yeah,
you're thinking.
yeah.
Just get the thing you're thinking.
Yeah.
I also do that. I did that yesterday at a sushi place where I'm like, is this good? And they're like, yeah. And then you're like, you don't know. You're just saying yeah.
Yeah. Well, is this good? Is whenever somebody asks me that, I'm like, what do you? I'm not gonna say no.
Yeah, yeah, true. Sometimes I would be like, it's not one of the most popular.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sometimes people ask that if they go like, oh, do you like the tofu cream cheese?
You're like, what?
And I go, yes, I would recommend getting, like, not just plain, like get it with like tomato.
Right.
That's what I do.
You don't go. Also, one time I was in a restaurant in Bed-Stuy, and I was like, I tried to order something. He's like this like super hipster dude. He's like, don't get that. That's disgusting. And I was like, okay.
What was it?
I can't remember. It's like it's some type of chicken sandwich or something. But the fact that like if I was like an owner and you knew your server was saying something is disgusting, I'm like,
yeah,
this is horrible.
Yeah, that guy was just trying to get fired.
Yeah. Wait, you had a joke yesterday about porn.
But it was good.
Yeah. What was it?
I don't want to burn it.
Fucking burn it, baby.
Why? What made you think of this?
Because I hadn't heard it in a while, and you brought it back.
Oh, the judge one?
The judge one.
Yeah, I don't want to. I did it the other day at Broadway. Shout out, and it did well.
Oh, good.
And I totally flubbed the joke before that. I have a joke, and I just said the wrong word, and it kind of just like the joke doesn't make sense because I said the wrong word, and the entire audience was just staring at me as I hit the punch. I'm like doing well the whole set. I hit the punch, and I'm like, and they're just like, what?
Right.
And I'm like, that was weird. And I'm like, well, I guess you. And I think I said like, you guys didn't like that one. Well, this one is kind of similar, I guess.
Yeah.
And then they were just like, no, this made no sense.
Yeah, there's a I didn't understand what you said silence.
Yeah.
That is always because if you're in like a crowded room and not one person laughs.
Yeah.
Because generally even like horrible jokes you'll get something and
yeah.
But
I'm like, what is my penis out? What are you guys staring at? Did my penis fall out of my pants during that joke?
Fuck, what was I gonna say about that?
What the?
Oh, there's one when sometimes the crowd's so hot that you like fuck up a joke.
And
doesn't even make sense and they still laugh and you're like, well, I could have said
they're just
anything.
in my hypnotic trance.
His penis is out again.
I have hypnotized them to laugh at every third word or whatever. All right, what's your joke that didn't work?
Oh fuck, I forgot.
I could tell you 5 that I don't like.
Oh, what?
You're like, oh, I can't think of one I don't like or whatever. I'm like, oh, I got 5 of them.
Oh my god, no, I was talking about something else. This was working at Mike's all week where I talk about my dad having Instagram and every photo I've ever seen on it with a girl in a bikini, my dad has like that photo.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, it's wide range. She'll be like some famous girl with like millions of followers, or it's girl with one post, one like, one follow. It's E. Lewis 22.
Yeah.
And that kind of that like would work. And then I was like, oh, my brothers and I were talking about this Instagram model. And you know how like sometimes a musician gets famous and people are like, oh, they were way better before.
Yeah.
I was like, my dad did that with an Instagram model where it's like, you got to see the early stuff.
Yeah.
And like and that was like working at Mike's, and then real people were like horrified.
Your dad's a predator.
Yeah, that's what they were
reaction?
thinking. And I'm like, it's a joke. Obviously, this isn't real.
Yeah.
But I think they're just like, maybe.
I think you could go from the angle of Instagram. I love that my dad has Instagram because he can follow my content, but I hate it because I can see how horny he is.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a good setup. You're like, every picture of a beautiful woman. I see my dad commenting and liking all these
hard eyes and
all these clear bots. Like, you ever see those people that follow you and you're like, oh, this is just it's like, DM me, I'm horny. That's like the bio. I'm like, oh no, Dad, he's moments away from sending money, losing the house.
Pretty good bit.
That's a good. I think there's something there to be. You're like, I like it because my dad can follow my content, and that's great. We're able to talk about that. We're able to connect.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
I think people just picture, because you say dad, so they picture, I'm in my 30s, they picture like an old creepy guy or something. I don't know what they're, because I feel like my dad's not. So I don't know. I think they're just, people are like kind of feel weird about it, and they shouldn't, because every fucking guy
try it that way, though. I think that could work.
He's horny.
He just be like, I don't like it because I can see how horny he is.
You're right.
I think that could be funny.
Or I could do it about my buddy Kellen.
No, because everyone, everyone's friend's horny on it. You know what I mean?
No, that's what Dan Soder had a bit recently like that. That's why. That's why I've been like avoiding this topic. But then the other day I was like, maybe I'll try it.
His is so funny. When
yeah,
like,
the
Mia
harder.
Bella.
Yeah,
they're commenting that.
It's so funny. Okay, fuck yeah.
All right, we did jokes that didn't work. We did life hack. Boom, boom, boom. Now we are on to our mystery segment. It is, say with me, 1, 2, 3. Top three women. Top 3 women.
Always, as always, open to interpretation.
Open to interpretation. Because I said, what do you think about top 3 women? I texted Cody that. He goes, what do you mean? I go, interpret that however you want and say it.
Yes.
So I have my 3, and then I have some honorable mentions.
Okay.
Do you want to go first or second?
I want to go first.
All right, go.
Wait. What's the name of the girl?
You don't even know?
I had the third one I forgot to write down.
Oh my gosh. I'm going first.
Okay.
First one is Rachel Ray. Say it with me. Rachel Ray. Rachel Ray, everyone knows, was on TV, 30 minutes or less cooking. She made meals, 30-minute meals. And then at one point during my adolescence, she did a risque photo shoot. Check it out if you're a guy.
That one? Hold on.
This is a blurry picture he's showing me. Yes, look at that.
Oh my. That one?
Yeah, this woman was like doing like wholesome like 30
Oh.
minutes or less. What do you have safe search on? Why
I don't
can't
know
you?
why
Why
that's-
can't we see any of these images?
I don't know why.
Oh my gosh. Your girlfriend went through your phone and turned on safe search. That's embarrassing. But yeah, she did that and it was fucking crazy. She's easily top 3 women. I will say, look at this.
That's hot.
This is unbelievable. She looks like Eva
I
Longoria.
never knew her during this phase of her life.
This was during the 30 minutes or less phase. That's why it was fucking nuts. She was like this wholesome mom or whatever on TV being like, this is how, if you have a family.
She's licking Nutella like it's nobody's business.
Yeah. It's unbelievable.
And it's like a subconscious thing because you're like, it's chocolate.
Black penis. That's what you're saying?
No.
No.
That's
All right. We'll cut that. All right. That's my first. What's yours?
My first, Sigourney Weaver.
Sigourney Weaver from Predator.
No, Alien, dumbass.
Alien. She's in Predator too, probably.
She is. No.
She's not an Alien versus Predator?
No, that's so. She's in the first Alien franchise.
Do they all die?
The aliens?
No, in Alien, does everyone die?
No, the first one, she's a sole survivor.
Okay, so is she in the second one?
She's sole survivor. Third one, she dies at the end. Fourth one, they clone her, bring her back.
They're like this. Why?
Because they're like, because they're trying to clone the alien inside her. It's like scientists.
Okay.
The first 2 are like amazing films. Third one stinks, and the fourth one I liked as a kid, but I don't think it's good. But Sigourney Weaver, she came out like women kick ass. The movies are amazing. She's like a fucking You don't think you're like she's just like a
badass.
a badass, and she's kind of attractive.
Okay.
People say she's a little manly, but I don't care.
That's okay.
And
That's
she's
fine.
6 foot. Did
Okay.
you know that?
I didn't know that.
Do you even know who Sigourney Weaver is?
I can't picture her face right now, but if you showed me a picture of her, I'd be like, yeah, that's her.
I'll pull it up. Put it up on the screen.
You have safe search on for some reason.
Because I got what am I gonna do?
Sigourney Weaver. Let me see.
Look at her. Okay, that's not a good picture.
No, she looks good. Sigourney Weaver looks good. I would, top 3 women. Yeah, she was in Alien or whatever, Predator. All right.
Just as a kid, I was like this because Alien was the greatest movie, and I was like, this woman could fucking take names.
Could rip my penis off. When you were a kid, was this your first crush?
No, Cameron Diaz for sure. But look at.
Cameron Diaz. My uncle did Charlie's Angels. Shout out.
There was a scene, maybe I've talked about this, where in the movie The Mask, 1994, Jim Carrey,
Yeah.
where Cameron Diaz walks into a bank and she needs a tissue,
Yeah.
so she wipes herself.
And you've whacked it to that.
That was my first erection, where I was like, oh, I'm not gay. I was like 4.
Wait a second.
I was like, I love this.
Mask is a great movie.
It is a great movie. I'm surprised you've seen it. Okay, that's a good one. Sigourney Weaver.
All right. My uncle, a little insight onto Charlie's Angels. My uncle worked on it, and apparently, like during the filming, I think like multiple writers like quit. They're like, "We're out of here. We don't want to be associated with this. It's going to be bad." And then every day, he would go in to, onto set, and they were filming, and like him and the director would like have to do rewrites. So he kind of wrote Charlie's Angels, is what I'm saying.
Oh, shit.
Because like everyone was quitting, and then it came out, and it was a hit, and then everyone's like, "Oh shit!"
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Because I always
The director, McG, shout out. He's a great guy.
oh yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah.
Like the movie The Shining they would talk about like he would like write the script for the day.
Yeah.
And I'm just always like, how much of the original screenplay are you like what are you actually doing?
There's got to be the bare bones, and then there's got to be like you come in, you're like looking at what you're filming that day, and you're like, we got to switch a few of these things.
Like how much of the dial? Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah. That's cool though.
Second, top 3 women, Amelia Earhart. Shout out.
That was my third one. Okay, go ahead. Not her, but
correct me if I'm wrong. She crashed a plane. We never found her.
They found her.
They found her
recently. They think it's her.
They think it's her. I have Amelia Earhart or Amelia Bedelia. Children.
The cartoon.
Children's book. She takes everything literally. It's kind of it's a funny little bit.
Is she a bear?
No, but like she's like a maid, and they'll be like, Amelia Bedelia, draw the curtains, and then she goes and like draws a picture of curtains. It's classic stuff. Yeah, one of my top 3 women is fictional.
Amelia Bedelia?
Amelia Bedelia or Amelia Earhart.
What about Madeline?
Who's Madeline?
She's a little orphan, English,
red
hair.
No, she's not top 3.
She's top 3.
All right, that was my second.
My second, my
Whoa, gay. That's gay.
How can I?
Becca actually said, she's like, will you pick me as top 3 women? I go, no, Becca, I have to be funny with this.
Yeah, but the girlfriend, I can't. She listens.
Also, though, what if we don't know? What if your girlfriend cheats on you and then you call her top 3 women?
Yeah, we don't know that. She's not gonna.
You know what? We don't know.
She might get him finger blast right now.
Yeah.
Also, she's probably mad I chose Sigourney first. That's
lose.
Lose.
Yeah, lose.
Can I switch it?
All right, switch it.
Girlfriend's number 1, Sigourney's number 2.
Oh, I think they're gonna switch getting off the girlfriend.
Nah, can't.
No.
At this point, she bought me coffee today, so
that is very nice of her. All right, third. Here we go. Drum roll. Caitlyn Jenner.
Okay, come on.
Why?
You're gonna get us in trouble.
Why? What do you mean?
You really think she's a top 3 woman?
Top 3.
Women.
Easy.
Give us evidence.
If you were to take all the women in the world and compete them in a contest, I bet Caitlyn Jenner would do really well. Probably win every, like if there was like an Olympic type thing, would probably win.
What, like
would probably
diving?
Do as good as Bruce Jenner did. If I had to compare her performance to a male's performance.
I talked about we need a delete all button, like the presidents, and we have keys, and then one of us gets a big break, and we're delete like, all. It's time.
I've already deleted all my tweets.
Yeah, see?
My tweets in college, I was just like tweeting bizarre things, like fucking fuck my face, I fuck my face tonight or something, like just like crazy things.
Yeah.
And I was like, I got to delete all this.
Okay, so
Caitlyn Jenner, Amelia Earhart, or Amelia Bedelia, and Rachel Ray after the photo shoot. Before the photo shoot, I wouldn't say top 3 women. She does the photo shoot. God bless America, greatest country in the world. Trump 2024. Okay. Did you say your third?
Anne Frank.
Anne Frank. Wow.
And I honestly, there was a movie when I was little with Anne Frank.
Yeah.
And it looked like her. Like the actress looked like her. And I was like so turned on by it.
Okay.
And
so
weird,
you 3 women that you find attractive. That's the angle you went with.
Or just good hearts.
Attracted to her heart.
Yes.
That's good.
No, I just think Anne Frank she's a writer. I like writers.
Let me ask you a question real quick.
Yes.
Anne Frank survives, eludes the Nazis. Do you bump her up on the top 3? Is she 2? Is she 1? What's the answer?
So I would have known her as an old woman. And she wouldn't be as famous.
Would she still... Is this a stupid question? Would she still be alive?
No.
When did the war end?
No. Because that would have been...
She might be.
No, because my great-grandpa fought in the war. My grandma was 2 during the war. So yeah,
she might be alive.
Yeah, potentially be alive. Yeah,
fucking wild.
Yeah, but I don't think she would have been as famous if it didn't end how it ended. Because I'm sure there's other people who hit out.
Yeah,
no,
but a journal, did they write?
Yeah, you're right.
It might still be.
That's an insane story.
It is insane. Honorable mentions. Do you have any honorable mentions?
Sarah Michelle Gellar first.
Who the fuck is that?
From Buffy.
Oh, I never watched Buffy.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Never watched it.
Badass.
It's good?
No, I never saw it. She's hot, though.
Okay. All right, me. The women on the subway platform that sell mangoes, honorable mention. In New York City, you get on a subway platform, and there's these Mexican women, Latina, and they have 9 children around them, and they're selling mangoes in bags, and the mangoes are ripe, the ripest mangoes you've ever seen, and that is, that's a horrible life, but they are out there grinding.
And they put the little toppings.
They can put little chili. Yeah, they can put little tahini chili. But it's the ripest mango I've ever seen. I don't even understand.
It's was not lustrous. It's like it melts in your mouth.
Juicy. That might be the heat of the subway platform in the bag.
Yeah,
makes
it's all humid.
But God bless those women. I have another honorable mention. Laura Croft. Is that the woman from Tomb Raider?
Yeah.
Kind of building off your Sigourney Weaver.
Yeah.
Badass woman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is I feel like I don't know about this top 3.
What do you mean?
Because I feel like sometimes we're like, yeah, women, badass women, and then you do a trans woman, and then you're like,
trans women are women.
Agreed.
If we didn't do a trans woman, that's bigoted.
All right. Yeah.
Back me up.
Laura Croft.
This can't be worse than me doing an African accent.
I don't know. Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
Now we talked about there's a big thing lately where people sell candy on the subway. That's like a new thing.
Or churros. Oh
yeah, but they walk on the actual car. Churros are never on there.
Chocolates, chocolates.
Yeah, and there'll be like a little
gum.
kid,
Yeah.
and he's like trying to sell you, and I'm like, I can't say no to you.
Yeah.
And then you're like, can I get a pack of gum? And he's like, it's $14. And you're like, I'm sorry, you little fucking bastard.
He sees the 20 in your wallet, and he goes, it's actually $14. He suddenly speaks amazing English.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's actually very sad. But God bless those women. God bless those kids.
Yeah.
And my last but not least honorable mention was Oprah. So.
What about your mother?
Yeah, but I wanted to do, I wanted to do people the viewers knew.
I thought you wanted to do like top 3 women. You wrote like brave and courageous or something.
Well, you said, what do you mean by that? And I said you could take it as hot, you could take it as noble, you could take it as whatever angle you want.
Right.
I want to do something the women the viewers know.
Right.
That was my mindset. You did women that made you fucking horny AF.
That's good.
So that was my top 3 women.
Okay. Next week, stay tuned. Top 3 men.
Ooh, okay. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Let's give the viewers listening, if you're in a car or something, why don't you say one woman that you appreciate? Say it out loud right now. 3, 2, 1. Wow.
Michelle Obama?
Michelle
That's
Obama.
what you said?
We all know she's a man.
That's been popping up since he told me that. I'm like, dude.
It's a theory. It's a working theory. One of the big people point to this video of Michelle Obama going on Ellen.
Yeah, with the
and they're like, oh, you can see like the bulge, which honestly hurts the case of Michelle Obama being a man. Because if Michelle Obama's a man, you don't think she's tucking it back? She would tuck it back before going on Ellen.
Yeah.
She wouldn't just let that thing swing.
Right, unless something broke. Like this.
Okay, working theory. Cody's working theory, not mine. Michelle Obama's a man.
The cup broke.
Yeah, it broke.
No, you wouldn't risk that. They had to be like a fucking dildo. A dildo got caught.
I did. Speaking of dildos flopping around, in my friend Graz, shout out Graz twice on one podcast. He went to med school, and he had like a Halloween party one year, and he's like, "Oh, you want to come to the Halloween party? You just gotta show up in a costume." And I was like, "Perfect." So I was rock out with your cock out, dressed as a rock star, like bandana. I wrote rock out on my shirt. And then I went and bought like an 8-inch dildo, big fucking dildo, and I stuck it out of my pants. I think I stole it from Zac Efron in some movie.
Neighbors or something?
Something like that. But
that's funny.
His friends were mortified.
Yeah.
They were like all these like Indian kids in med school. And I walk in, they're like, they're like, I'm a vampire. I'm a nurse, get it? Because I'm a doctor. And I'm just like, I come with like a giant dildo hanging out of my pants.
Yeah.
I'm running into things, and they're like, who invited this guy?
I feel like drunk you must have been a good time.
I was a good time.
Because we've never done it, except once.
We did it once, and I came home and puked immediately.
Yes.
That might have been the last time I really raged.
Do you know how long ago that was? 2022.
Was that 2022?
Yeah, I think so.
No.
I think so.
Maybe I'm trying to think of the last time I raged. Maybe I got to go to some weddings.
Gotta rage.
I'll probably have a few.
I love to rage.
I was at a wedding. The last wedding I went to, my friend John, shout out, someone puked in the urinal. How insane is that?
Yeah. Puke in the urinal's gnarly.
I walked in the bathroom and one of the guys working there was like mopping it up. But like he was just like, and I looked at him like, oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Dude, when people will do that to a Broadway where they have to puke and instead of like running the bathroom they're like doing the drunk thing where they just like stand there and then they just look at the floor. They look like a little kid puking.
Yeah.
You're like, how do you not know that you should be looking for somewhere to puke?
They have to be so far gone.
But I don't know. I just feel like people in their heads like, I'm sick. I need to just, I don't know what the fuck.
Yeah, it's brutal.
I mean, I think I told you when I puked on a table a few times.
You're like, how could this happen? Also, I've done this on several occasions.
No, but I was like
a baker's dozen.
One time I was in Europe with my brother and we were meeting up with his ex-girlfriend, weirdly enough.
That's hot.
And she's like, thought she was so cool studying abroad, like white girl, like, oh my God, I'm in fucking Florence.
That's a classic. White girl studies abroad for 1 semester, comes back, her life's changed.
Yeah, and we caught her mid studying abroad, so she's
mid
a
transformation.
nightmare.
That's
And,
the worst form of the white girl.
Agreed.
Or a Karen.
Maybe they're the same. That's like they're when they're young.
And then they grow up to be a Karen. Then no, because that girl doesn't grow up. The Karen hates minorities.
You're right.
The person that studies abroad likes them too much.
But they could be in France or something.
Yeah, but they like all. Oh yeah, you're right. That's a good point. If they study abroad in Europe, when they study abroad in like some third world country and they come back and they're like, let them all in, no borders, defund the police.
Yeah.
And they're like a white chick that, their dad's a millionaire.
Yeah, right.
And they live in like a high rise in like the richest part of Manhattan.
Right.
They're like, yeah, we have to let everyone in, just not in Hell's Kitchen.
Yeah.
Keep them in.
They can't go past my doorman.
Yeah. I have 5 doormen, so I'm fine. They all have guns.
But okay, so we met up with my brother and I are like getting hammered, and I had a empty cup.
Yeah.
So I literally just like leaned over at the table and I leaned over and threw up in the cup. It filled the cup, and then I just put it back on the table.
And they were like,
and she was livid because this was like her bar.
That's a good move.
I mean, at least it was in the cup.
Yeah. I'd be like, that's disgusting, but thank you for not doing that on the floor.
Right. But that's, again, I should have been going to the bathroom.
Yeah, I would even, actually, now that I'm thinking about it more, I would argue you had the wherewithal to throw up in the cup. You probably could have just went also to the bathroom.
Right.
You weren't so far gone.
Or just be like, go to the bar, I need a trash can. Like something.
Yeah.
Also did that, I think, another time in Colombia with my brother. We like to parties. I threw up in the cup, but it overflowed. So that's why I went all over the table, because the cup was too small.
I have a good story about throwing up. In the car with my friend, my brother, my friend Marissa, shout out. She's not listening. I know she isn't. And Marissa's mom.
Hot.
She came and picked us up, and I am black out with my fucking rack out, and I am about to throw up. So I just roll down the window, and they're like, are you okay? Because we can pull over. Are you okay? And I'm like, no, I'm fine. I'm totally good. And they're like, are you sure? Because we really can pull over if you need to throw up. It's not a big deal. I'm like, I am totally fine. And then I just slowly start to move my head out the window. And then I just go like, blah! And then I just come back and they're like, you just threw up, didn't you? And I'm like, no, I didn't. And they're like, it's all over the car. You absolutely threw up. And then apparently they dropped me off and then they went home and had to like spray it off.
Dude, that's when that rage you feel when you're driving drunk people and they're like,
they throw up all over.
Especially when you offer, like, you need to pull over and they don't.
Yeah.
And then they do something like that. You're like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, you couldn't just say. My friend Andrew's friend, shout out Andrew. I don't know if he's listening. His friend one time notoriously went to go throw up out of the taxi, but forgot to roll the window down.
Ugh.
All on the glass. And the taxi driver's like, what are you doing? You know how they are. And that is my cab. You forgot to roll. All right. And they were like, oh, shit, here's $20 or whatever.
20? Uber's like fucking...
When you're a college kid, you're like, ah.
Yeah, because Uber's like 200. Right?
My friend John, this is the last shout out John. He one time threw up in an Uber, and then we got to his house, and the woman, she's like, all right, let's get your friend out, and we turn, and there's just puke in the back, and she's like, your friend threw up in my car. And I'm like, no, he didn't. Like, that was in here when we got here. And she's like, no, it wasn't. I'm like, how much money do you need? She was like, give me $100 right now, and I won't submit a thing.
Okay.
And I was like, nice. Deal. Gave her 100.
Dude,
she could have really fucked me over, though.
True.
She could have done both.
Right. Oh, that would have been fucked.
Yeah.
Dude, that's, throwing up's crazy.
And then as soon as she said it, he got out of the car and just started running, but we're like at his house. So he just ran across his lawn and then slid, like baseball slid. I don't know what he was thinking. So now I'm like I pay this woman, then I have to go grab him, drag him inside. He's covered in grass stains.
Yeah.
I don't know what he thought. And then he just slept on the bathroom floor.
I had a coworker who like was hammered and the cab dropped him at his house and he fucking sprinted away and not paid. And then he ended up having to go to court and shit for it. And it's like because the guy's like at his house, like,
He's
dude,
like,
I see you.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Did he go in the house?
Yeah. I can't remember how he got caught, but he was like my friend gave him some type of drug. I can't remember what it was. So he was like out of his mind.
Mescaline.
Yeah, maybe.
What is mescaline?
I can't remember. No, it's like is that prescription?
That just popped in my head.
Okay.
I don't even know if it's a drug.
Yeah, is that like serotonin?
I don't know why. Yeah, I'm just saying.
And I was like, yeah, that's right.
I'm saying hormones.
That.
There's a little feather on me.
Do you know what's crazy?
If it's mescaline, if anyone knows what mescaline is, text me.
There's no spiders in New York in the apartments. Why not?
Big spiders?
I never see spiders.
I've seen a couple small spiders in my apartment.
But like back home, there's big spiders.
Well, that's L.A.
It's
Shout out L.A.
Spider Town.
That's one of the. Have you ever seen like a tarantula like in the wild?
Like on the crossing the street.
Oh, in L.A.
Well, where I'm from is I don't know if they're down. So they must be in California.
What's the scariest wildlife in where you're from?
Mountain lions.
Okay.
I haven't seen them. My dad, and then great white sharks, obviously surfer. Those are scary.
Yeah.
I guess we have bears. I've never seen one. Horses can be startling.
Bears are pretty scary. Wild horses are pretty cool.
Have you ever seen one?
I feel like I have.
I don't think you have.
No, I went to LA one time and we were driving and I think I saw them. Does it make sense if I'm like driving on a highway in California and I look and there's horses?
Yeah, but that would be on the property, just a big property.
No, they were running. They were like fucking.
There's no way there's wild horses.
I'm almost positive. What do they eat? What do wild horses eat?
The Wild West?
Do wild horses eat grass?
Yeah, I'm sure. They eat cows. The wild horses are wild.
That's true.
They're not vegetarian like the domestic ones.
It is crazy that people would tame wild horses.
Just the fact, like dogs, the fact that we've like created these
from wolves, and it's like these small little things.
Yeah, and they're cute. Yeah, but there's no way you saw wild horses.
I'm 90% sure.
I don't even know if wild horses exist anymore.
No, they definitely do.
Should we Google it?
We're gonna Google it, viewer.
3, 2, 1.
What do you believe, viewer?
They're like,
do wild horses still exist? Top search. Here we go. Most wild horses and burros living today are descendants of animals that were released. It's saying North America and Australia are where the wild horses are.
Yeah.
What about a zebra? Do you know anything about zebras?
I told you I lived across the street from zebras.
You're trying to tell me wild horses don't exist. Meanwhile, you like zebras are your best friend. Like, what are we even doing now?
No, one of my old roommates was a zebra, and
one of your old roommates was a zebra?
Yeah, because they're like very, they're like very advanced, and you can live with them, and they don't clean the toilet. No, you believe that? What the hell's wrong with you?
I thought you just misspoke, and I was trying to make fun of you.
No, I think you just stared at me.
One of my favorite sketches. There's a comedy sketch where these two guys are talking at the park, and I don't even know if they're like doing anything in comedy. But they're like, yeah, me and Julie. One guy's like, yeah, me and Julie broke up. And he's like, oh, my God, what happened? Like, I don't understand you guys. I thought you guys were so great together. And the guy's like, she's a wildebeest. And he's like, what? It's like, she's a wild animal. She's a wildebeest. He's like, oh, my God. Like, how did I not know? Yeah, I don't, He's like, I'm sleeping on the couch. I'm sleeping on the couch, and she's a wildebeest. I'll send it to you.
It sounds funny.
It is very funny.
No, but Hearst Castle. I'm sure I've talked about this.
Yes, you have talked about this.
Okay, yeah, and the property and the zebras were on the property.
How many?
We'd see them all the time. They're still, if you're...
Like 10?
I don't know number-wise, but they were just like horses. Like they were just there.
Are you pro...
zebra?
Pro zebra? Pro horse?
I like zebras. I like horses. They startle me because they kick so hard.
This is what I would like. There's the racetrack with horses. Everyone loves it. It's a bit inhumane, but everyone loves it. If we're already doing that, it's kind of inhumane. We need to diversify with animals. I want to see giraffes racing. I want to see You know what I mean?
Right.
We're already doing this inhumane thing. Why are we making distinctions?
Like, why is it okay for horses?
Why is it
and
okay
not
for
giraffes?
horses and not giraffes? Why is it okay? I want to see a zebra, a giraffe, a horse, a bear
All run.
all run. And you got to put them in their own little cage because the bear will just kill everything. But I want to see it.
There was that show, it was like Man vs. Beast on NBC, and
Wasn't
like,
that guy just ate food?
no,
I think Man vs. Beast was him eating food.
no, that was Man vs. Food.
Oh, okay.
No, because like Shaq raced a wolf or something. Do you remember
Did he
that?
win?
I can't remember.
No, there's no way Shaq won.
It was something like that where he's like like a full-on race with an animal, and you're like, is this? So that's kind of your idea. I like your idea. It's like a circus race.
Yeah, come on. Why are we stopping at, why can't we're mean to horses? Let's also be a little mean to a few giraffes.
That seems like a Nintendo 64 game where it's like circus racing or something.
Yeah,
That's a good idea.
that would be good.
Write that down.
Write that down. Nickelodeon, shout out. All right.
Quiet on set.
We're an hour in.
Let's end it.
Who is Jeff Sheen? Do you know Jeff Sheen?
Is he a comic?
Yeah, Eric Walsh just texted me that he's opening for Jeff Sheen. Eric Walsh, if you're searching this podcast for your name, here you go. Shout out Eric Walsh.
He's a musician.
Jeff Sheen's a musician?
Oh, I know that guy.
He's a comedian from Brooklyn?
Yeah. Nice guy.
Oh, he's got how many followers on... oh, shit.
He's just on Late Late Show.
All right. Well,
yeah, well, guys, shout out. I'm also doing this Instagram contest where if my roommate Billy, whoever gets more followers wins. The loser has to get full body wax
at the end of the month.
at the end of the month. Butt, ass waxed.
Everything. Chest, ass, pubes, toes,
Everything
legs.
must go.
Everything
as
must
they
go.
say.
Follow Cody so he doesn't lose. Or unfollow him if you want to see him lose.
Yeah, but fucking Kellen's girlfriend was like, I kind of want to watch you lose because I think it'd be funnier to watch you get waxed. And I was like, that's hilarious. But
I unfollowed Billy because we got to stick together. Also follow me, though, not because I'm in a waxing competition, but because
almost a 10K.
I'm almost 10K. I love all of you. Doug, DM me, Doug. Come on. I want to connect with my fans. I love all of you. Shout out. Oprah, I love you. I didn't mean the things I said. I love you. Bye.
Bye.